Just going to pull a couple cards for today and see what the collective energy needs. Nine of Water, Five of Water. And I don't read these reverse. So this card deck, the Angel Tarot card deck by Radley Valentine, he made his so that they're just read upright. And then we have the Knight of Fire. Okay, so there's definitely a energetic feeling in the air right now that everything is not everything, but that we're kind of working through some of the issues that we've had, that the emotional weight of the past is being lifted a bit so that we can make some progress in our lives and we can move forward. Now, this is a perfect time to establish more of the connection with your spiritual team and with your intuition and your higher self. Because when we're really bogged down with a lot of stress and a lot of emotions, we can't hear that connection as well as when we feel a lot lighter. And I think that this is a period of time where that's been lifted so that we can reestablish that connection and listen more to our intuition. It's going to be more important than ever from this point on to really listen to that inner voice and to trust our intuition, because we have so many conflicting sources of information in the world right now that it's hard to understand who we can trust or what sources are accurate. And the source that is accurate is the one within you without all of those distractions. So we have felt that weight lifted. I'm sure you have too, where things have lightened up a bit. All right. We also have the Five of Water. So this is where we're not really looking at the positive in the situation. So even if things have started to turn around a bit, keep in mind that our thoughts create our reality. Everything that we have in our lives today is a product of the thoughts and the feelings that we had in the past. So it's easy to look at all of the things that are going wrong in life. And instead of doing that, it's so beneficial to kind of switch the mindset to what is going right, because there has to be some good. So ask yourself those questions. When you ask questions, your mind searches for the answers. So even if you're having a very, very difficult time looking at the positive and the good in life, if you start asking yourself, what was the best part of my day? What do I love most about my life? And really dig into those answers either through journaling or taking the time, just like when you're driving in the car. Your brain will start to search for the good and search for those answers. So also try that before you go to bed at night, instead of thinking of all the things you need to do or all of the things that went wrong during the course of the day. It's the perfect time to ask yourself, what was the best part of my day? What went right today? And then start scripting your day for tomorrow. So, Five of Water, just knowing that sometimes what we hope for isn't exactly what we get, but the universe can deliver us something that we don't see as a gift at the time that does turn out to be a gift. And sometimes the things that we ask for aren't for our highest and greatest good. So we're given something else that it takes quite a while to understand why that came through and why we didn't get exactly what we wanted. I have an example that just popped into my head. So this might be something that's happening to someone right now. Years ago, I had wanted this condo so much, and I thought it was perfect, and everything was lined up for it. And was putting in the offer and just visualizing myself in it. And I did all the spiritual work, and it looked like everything was going to come through. And last minute, it fell through. And I was devastated because I thought this was perfect. Looking back, I see the road that I took in my life and where it took me to different locations and different homes. And I'm so grateful that I didn't move in there. It would have been awful. and it's funny that I wanted that, when you look back 10 years or longer, or even, even last year, when you look at things that you'd hoped that you'd wanted and you see that they didn't work out, you realize later that there's a greater reason for that. So your spirit guides and your angels, they see a bigger picture. God, they see a bigger picture. They see the road that your life is supposed to take and all of the potentials along the way. And some things just aren't meant for us, but we don't realize it at the time. So taking the opportunity to look at everything as a gift and being thankful for what we do like, and then having or do love about our life, and then having the faith that everything will work out and that we're resilient. So no matter what comes our way, we can handle it, and it always makes us stronger. Um, and then we have the Knight of Fire. So this is going to show up as, show you here, a situation that's going to require our immediate attention. So possibly something completely um, as a surprise, something that we had no idea was coming, something that we could not have prepared for, um, but also knowing that we have the strength within ourselves to handle whatever situation does arise. So when this situation comes forward, it's important to be able to go with the flow, and take immediate action also, because our instincts are going to guide us at that point. So I don't want to say this in a negative way, but I feel like this is a message that things will happen outside of our control. We'll try to cling to the old a lot of times. And I feel like this situation is about not clinging to what was known, not clinging to the familiar, but knowing that you have to take action to move in a direction that's very uncomfortable, but it's going to be the action that's needed to get through the situation. So this might make sense later, but if it feels like the message is for you, come back to this, or write it down and let me know what transpired. Interesting. But here's the good thing: we're evolving and we're changing, and we go through challenges or struggles, or conflicts that ultimately allow us to evolve in life, to get stronger, to get happier, to end up in the place that we would have never gotten to if we wouldn't have been pushed. So, um, Pluto in Aquarius is going to push us, and the universe, God, angels are going to push us into situations that could be uncomfortable. And sometimes, if we don't listen to that whisper inside of us that tells us to go in one direction, then we get a push. And it seems a little harsh, but then we understand later why we were meant to go in that other direction. All right. Take care.